you guys going to really rock and continue to have a relationship which is going to be based on health, wealth, and prosperity. I know that you've both been through a lot of pain and not so many months ago, and that's why everything is kind of fresh, and especially for you, because I know that you are very responsible and being very responsible, stay very responsible, and that's why all I wanted you to do is just stop it. I mean, say no. You have to kind of like teach as well to say no to people, and you should not always, sacrifice yourself just because of others. Okay, so make sure that you came first as well. Make sure that you do love yourself first before anybody else.
Thank you. Thank you. Very sound wisdom. I truly am grateful and blessed for the information you gave me.
No, really, my love. I'm happy. I think that everything happened of some reason. Reason actually you come to our radio show, and I'm so grateful and thankful for A1R, because if A1R wasn't exist, you guys couldn't really find me, and I couldn't find you guys to having this beautiful, magical conversation that you could at least understand that all the feeling you thought that you may actually had about your husband was not correct and he's not a cheater. And then also understand about like things that you are really, really put your energies and everything on will go exactly the way as you wish and desire for. And at the same time, you have everything under control. So I'm so blessed and I'm so happy. Thank you so much, A1R, to be you, to bring those beautiful angels to me and letting me to share my gifts with them. I am so thankful. I'm so grateful for A1R. I've been with A1R, honey, for so many years. I would say that I would never, ever leave them because they're like my family. That's why, because they're working with their heart. And I'm super blessed and super happy that today you come to our channel, and I'm super blessed to tell you that everything for you in your life from now on will exactly be as you wish and desire for. I think all the pain is almost gone. All the dark situation that you've been and went through maybe about a couple months ago is almost gone. So now the light, the shine, the sun, the energies, the power, the light, and the love is absolutely on your way. So cheers to that, sweetie, and don't concern.
Thank you so much. I just want to thank them as well, because I'm the real thing. This is not made up, and everything that you told and shared with me was the 100% truth. I thank them for connecting, because this weighed so heavy on me. I really appreciate them in the radio show. This is my first time ever. And most of the time, I don't believe psychics. I don't believe people with these gifts because they only always ask, give me money, give me money, give me more money. No, you need to do this with money. And you just poured out. You poured out the truth.
I'm happy. I'm happy that you brought up. Before we cut off, I want to tell you, Bridget, please don't listen to people who actually come after you and says, if you are not paying me money, then the curse is going to come after. The negative energy is after. And you're not going to, please don't listen to those things. It's not real. None of things that has a black magic, doing kind of the black magic and stuff, if they are not real, it's not real. Negative energies is real, but if you're thinking about it, if you think negatively, the negative energies will come to you. It has nothing to do with black magic. It has nothing to do with all the BS that they're trying to tell people to go after their money and their account. Please don't even pay them. And please don't even listen to them. When I'm actually working with officers, when I'm working with lawyers, insurance companies, when I'm working with individual, actually private investigators to finding missing people, I can really tap into my gift. And I'm so grateful for that, thank God that you gave me the gift that I can really sense people and feel and helping people and family to get some foreclosure for their problem. So, yeah, but I wanted you to also be aware, Bridget, people who are out there, I mean, I do respect for each of spiritual people. Is not, don't get me wrong, that they are bad people. No, but there is people who actually looking for money. They do not have any spirituality. They do not have any abilities. If people sending you tons of free minutes and ask you to call me back, or you know what, come here, I see something, and come after you and drag you for money, that means that they are not real. They're just looking for your account. They're just looking for your money. But if you want to talk to that person by yourself, your energy is telling you that this person is the right things. The reason that me and you talking today on the radio show on A1R, because, and this is your first time, it's just because I have to relieve and release you from something that holds you inside and making you to feel nuts. And that's why I have to really tell you something that is completely true, because I don't want you to be in a shadow. I don't want you to be in a negative and dark energies. Why? Because you are a wise woman. You are a fantastic woman. You have a golden heart. You did everything what goes from your power whole your life to helping others. And you've always been there for people. But what I feel good about it happened today, at least you found that your husband is not a cheater. Because I know it's hard when you can't really figure out. And when you're calling maybe a couple psychics and they kind of telling you that, oh, yeah, I see that. Yeah, he does. Oh, I see some blondie. Oh, I see some brunette. Oh, I see that someone is tall. I see that someone is short. Oh, there's a chubby. There's a shorter. And you know what? And that make you to feel completely nuts and feel like, okay, I have to maybe call and see the psychic again. I have to talk to him like if this woman is still actually in his life. And then they come with all these stories about. All I have to say to even my other psychics and my people, my colleagues, please telling the truth to people. Telling the truth to people. Don't try to lie and trying to hold them into lie to make them to pay you more. Because, you know, I always say this way, Bridget, quality bring quantity. And marketing has to be always be word of mouth. Word of mouth. A psychic, a real medium doesn't need any marketing. Doesn't need to scream about herself or himself. It's enough that be correct. It's enough that always be faithful and grateful and helping actually customers the way that they can with their own gift. So quality bring quantity, and also when the gift is real, the word of mouth would bring 1 million of people to your life.
Yes. Thank you. Oh, I'm loving this. Guys, this is real. She is real. They put me with real. This is real, not phony. It's real.
I love you so much.
100%. Thank you.
Thank you, baby. I love you. And would be a very like the honor that you sign up on Avid Advice. If you ever wanted me, just send me an email through Avid or send me an email through my Instagram. If you have Instagram, my Instagram is Persian Medium. And also you can go to and email me persianmedium@gmail.com. If anytime you need me, Bridget, I love your energies. I love your personalities. And I love how light and true and how awesome you are as a person.
Hello and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. Now, I'm going to do a little talk before we have two people that will be phoning in for a reading, and that could be one of you. So what I want to talk about today is, for some of you, you may be aware that I have been in this fortunate position where some highly evolved people from the spirit world have come forward and spoken to me. And that has included God, Jesus, Mother Mary, many saints, and people of that sort of standing in the spirit world. And what they are saying to me at the moment is that they are very keen for people to actually develop their mediumship. In other words, they want people to connect to the spirit world, and they want people to be able to listen to their words. They want to communicate to as many people. It's almost as though that in fact it is this. They have made a decision that they feel that they want more people to be connected. And what they're saying is they've said to me that they've asked me to sort of guide people in a way where I can show people how you can connect and what sort of action that you can take if you're listening to this show and are thinking, well, I think I probably get a few, I'm quite instinctive, or I have these feelings. And so what I would recommend, your first port of call is probably to go to a spiritualist church. Now, in a spiritualist church, there will be other mediums that you will perhaps meet that may do a home circle, or there may be circles that will be carried out within the church. And this is how I developed my mediumship. I would actually sort of sit in circle, and actually I was quite sort of greedy with it all. Like I ended up sitting in circle 5 times a week. Can you believe that? So it's about sort of finding the medium and perhaps the right spiritualist church that offers you that training, because it is out there, and I would highly recommend that you sort of think about that. If you've had any feelings or messages that you don't know how you've received it, or how to get it again, or how to open up, how to close down, all those sort of things that you probably have questions for, I would certainly recommend that you explore this avenue. So I know that we have a caller waiting for us, and that is Bernie. Bernadette is waiting to speak, and she's from Ireland, Sligo in Ireland. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hi, Bernie.
Yes.
And so I am a medium, and I can connect to loved ones in the spirit world, or I can look to give you guidance from my guides. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work, and where would you like me to focus?
I suppose guidance, really.
Guidance. And is there anywhere in particular that you'd like me to focus, as we only have a short space of time here on the show?
I suppose guidance towards my present life, or now at the minute.
Right, okay. So let me see what I can gather from that. I feel with you that you've reached a stage in your life where you feel it's almost like you reach a stage where you haven't got the responsibilities that you once had in family life. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, yes.
I get the I get the feeling that there's more freedom with you, more, and you're more open to exploring other things to do in life. And I get the feeling that it's almost like I'm being shown an apple, and I feel that this apple is ripe, and I feel that it's almost like you've dipped in and out of spiritual ideas and matters. And I feel that the spirit world are wanting to sort of bring you more into the sort of fold of understanding their world. But I do get the feeling that you've dipped in and out of this. Does that make sense to you, Bernie?
Yes, it does. Yes.
And I feel, and I'm being told that you have actually heard spirit before, and I feel that you've got quite a. If you wanted to take this further, you could be quite incredible as a medium. Does that make sense to you?
I really believe in spirits, but I don't know if I'd be that good.
All right. Because that's what they're saying to me. They're saying to me that you have this I guess the way to describe it is like a sixth sense. You have a sort of awareness, and they're telling me that you have an ability, and they're sort of trying to sort of encourage you to sort of think about possibly exploring that idea. And they've placed my guides have just placed some crystals in your hand, and I feel, have you had any interest in crystals? So I know that Bernie has had some crystal. I feel like there's some crystals that's been placed in her hand, and what I'm being told is that she has a sort of a wide breadth, of sort of a wide sort of knowledge of a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. But they're telling me that you have the ability to work with crystals, and I feel, and they're suddenly placing a crystal on my forehead, and I feel like I'm having crystals placed all around me, and what they're saying to me is that these crystals have, with crystals, they have an innate power, and I'm being told that you have the ability to work with crystals, and I feel that this is the specific area that they would like to steer you towards. And I know that there are lots of things to do with sort of crystal courses and things like that. Did you hear all of that, Bernie?
I love crystals.
Yeah, and because they're telling me that crystals is your thing, and they're sort of encouraging me to encourage you to say that that you could be working with crystals. Whether that be on just on an interest level or a formal level, but they're saying to me that you could be like a crystal healer, and they're also saying to me that you have quite a knowledge of crystals as well. And they're showing me it's like a red crystal, and I feel that it's like and this is the crystal that I mentioned earlier that's been placed on my forehead. And I feel that this crystal is I'm not very, jasper. It's jasper. I've just been told, red jasper. And they're taking the crystal and putting it in my hand, and they're like giving it to you, and they're saying to me that you are in need of red jasper. I'm not really, I know a little bit about crystals, but not that much. It's not my area of expertise. but this is the way my guides are working with you. And I feel that they're saying that you would benefit from some red jasper. And so I'm not sort of sure why that is, but and I feel that they're working on a healing level as well. They're also saying to me, as I mentioned the word healing, they're saying to me that you would like me to put your name on my healing list, and I don't feel like there's anything sort of serious with you. I'm not sensing that at all. But they've asked me to put your name on my healing list. Would that be okay with you, Bernie?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
And they're saying to me that also they're saying to me that you are a little bit worried about somebody else in your family. I feel this is a younger person that you feel is almost like, I don't know why you're worried, but I just get that sense of worry towards somebody in your family. Would that make sense?
Mm.
So I feel that there is some worry towards somebody that's younger in your family, and I'm being told that almost like you don't need to worry because it's almost like it's just an immature phase, like an immaturity, and I'm being told that this person will come out of their immaturity and also almost like carve a life with more responsibility. But I feel like there's some sort of immature actions or immature behavior that you have been sort of concerned about or wondering about, or I don't know about this, or, just, and that they're sort of saying to me that it's nothing that you need to be really concerned about, because I feel that this is just a stage as opposed to sort of an impending disaster. It just feels like a stage. And how does that all sound for you, Bernie?
I missed a lot, but the line is really...
Yes, sometimes that happens. But I just want to say that, so I'll just recap. They're saying to me that you could be, you are, there's a spiritual aspect to you that is quite important, and they're implying to me that you could be a crystal healer, and that there's a strong interest in crystals. And I also feel that they're also saying to me that there is concern for a younger person, but you're not to worry about this person because it's just like an immature stage, and they will come through it.
Yeah.
And they're protected, and they're going to be okay. And so how does that, did you get all that?
Yes, most of it.
Good.
Yes,
good.
that sounds very good.
I hope that helps. And but do think about the crystals. I feel that you could really enjoy exploring crystals more. I feel like crystals are your thing.
And I need healing very much.
Yes, well, I'll put you on my healing list. They did recommend that to me, that I do that. So you're on the list. Okay, thank you very much, Bernie, for calling in. My pleasure. Thank you
so much. Bye.
My pleasure. Bye-bye. So I'm down in Savannah. Now, the last caller, we were talking about crystals and crystal healing. And when we think about spiritual matters, I always think that we're not really looking at the whole sort of picture. If we go to church, or if we go and see a medium and prove that survival of spirit, or I feel like there's so many other aspects that has been created by God in this world, and one of which is sort of the things like crystals and the energy that they produce and emanate, and how they can be used for healing. It's just quite staggeringly phenomenal. And this is just a creation by God. Anyway, so I feel I have my next caller here, and that is Andrea in Clarkston, Michigan. Are you there, Andrea?
Hi, how are you today?
I'm very good. So I am a medium, and I can connect to loved ones, or I can look at guidance for yourself. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work?
Guidance.
Okay, and is there anywhere in particular you'd like me to focus, as we only have a little bit of time left?
Okay, I guess I would say love life, just general for me and my kids and the way I'm going. And it's been crazy.
Right. What I've been instantly, as you're talking, I'm just being told that you have been having some thoughts that either you wish you didn't live there, or you would like to move. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
Because it's almost as though you feel as though where you live hasn't served you well. It's almost as though you feel that it's caused you more heartache or problems than sort of positivity. Would that make sense
Very
to you,
true.
Andrea?
Yes, very true.
And I'm sort of being shown that this, and you see, the idea of moving has to be your free will, because this is something that God has given to us. It's our free will as to whether we move or not. But what I am being shown is that if you make this decision, and I know that this is if you make this decision, and I know that this is going to be a difficult decision to make, but if you were to make this decision to actually pick up, they're showing me you picking up suitcases and trunks. That's how they're showing it to me. But if you were to make this decision to actually physically move to another area and almost encourage all of your family to move with you, I feel that what I'm being told by my guides is that you would be very successful moving on from that situation. But I am being told that this would be a challenging decision and wouldn't be easy for you to make. But I am being told that if you were to make this decision, you would find that your life would open up and be a lot more easier. And I feel that
it has been a very difficult decision.
Yeah, I know it's a difficult decision, but they're telling me that this is, if you were to make that decision, it would be a positive decision. And for some reason, they feel that you should know this, that you should know that it would be positive if you were to make this decision, because they're making me feel as if they're making me feel as though if you were to go down the line a bit in life, you are going to reach a point where you're going to be more serious in making that decision. And then as a consequence, if you make that decision, you will be, they're making me feel as though you will be, it will be easier for you to make, because you will remember or recall back to this conversation that they actually said that it would be a more positive thing for you. Now, it's interesting. I feel with you, there is need for healing, and I feel that there is need for healing across the family. Would that make sense to you, Andrea?
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like there's 2 or 3 people that really need healing. And if you, I'll put your name on my healing list with your I'll put Andrea and her family on the healing list, because I feel like there's more than one person that needs healing. And I'm also being shown that there is somebody that's struggling with their legs at the moment. And I feel like it's it looks like a more of a circulation problem. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know whether that's yourself or with somebody else, but I'm being shown that, and I'm being told that this particular person needs to specifically be put on my healing list. So I will do that for you. I sit for an hour every day and send out healing. So I will put you and your family on the list. I'm also being shown that I feel that there is someone in your family that, let's see, I've got somebody in your family that has sort of gone off the rails a little bit and isn't showing sort of respect. And I feel that is sort of getting involved in stuff that you wouldn't necessarily approve of. Would that make sense to you, Andrea?
Yeah.
And and I'm being told that there's hurt and pain in this person's mind, and this is why they've gone off the rails. It's more to do with their pain in their mind rather than outside influences, and I'm being told that this person. So I've got the person with the legs, and I've got this person that's gone off the rails a little bit. I feel both these two people need healing, and I'm being shown. I've been shown. This is interesting. I'm being shown a rainbow that's gone over the top of your family, and whenever I see that rainbow, I know that that's a symbol of it's just a symbol of God's protection, of God's love, and I feel very strongly that you're with the help of the healing. I feel very strongly that there is going to be an improvement. Now, I can't claim sort of any improvement necessarily, but we'll, I will be sending out healing to you. But my guides are trying to tell me that there will be an improvement, and I suddenly got in there thinking, oh, I can't say that. You have to be correct in everything you say. But so let's hope is what I'm saying, and so I know that my guides are encouraging me. That's the point that I think is the main point. They are encouraging me to put your family on the healing list, and hopefully you can move forward in more positivity. And they're just coming back in with the bit that they said right at the beginning. They're saying, don't forget, when you reach the point where you think it would be a good idea to move, that they have said in this conversation that it would be a positive move if you make this decision. Because I feel that you have a relative somewhere else in the country, and you have often thought about living with this, living close by or near to this other relative. Would that make sense to you?
Yes. Everything. And I just get this real sort of encouragement in that regard, that it would be a real positive move, because I know that you have a strong feeling that it's almost like where you live has let your family down or let you down, and it's like there's this feeling around you and your family that there needs to be a change. So, Andrea, I hope that's helped. I know these readings are very short, but again, I will put you and your family on the healing list. If you want to find me, you can find me on Facebook. My name is Gail Moffat, and I'd very much like to hear from you. So thank you very much for calling in, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye. So we've just got sort of 30 seconds left of the show, and I just want to say that it's interesting how spirit work, when we look at the two callers that we've had today, how they look to, my guides very much want to work on a healing level and support and help people wherever possible, and I feel that it's a good thing that to work with spirit. And so for those people that do have those instincts, don't forget, find that spiritualist church, find that home circle, find that medium that will help you and develop you, because the spirit world are waiting to hear from you. So thank you. Goodbye.
This is Fiona, Urgent Medium I Am Power, and you are guys listening to A1R Radio Network and Addict Advice Show. So before I take any callers, let's talk about a couple things. Number one, I received a tons of emails, and also you guys DM me on my Instagram that I do date some guy for almost 6 months. I do date somebody for almost 1 year. And every time when I'm trying to communicate with him about our future, every time when I'm trying to ask him about where are we, do we have any future together, then he's going to act as, what are you talking about? Let's just talk later. I'm kind of tired. And you know what? It's too early. I have to financially be independent. I do have a plan financially. I can't give you the ring right now, and this and that. So your questions was about, was almost 450 questions, exactly the same. That do you really think, Fiona, this guy is serious or not? Number one, if you and him together, and somehow, almost after 6 months, not even one single time, when you're trying to talk about future, he's not reacting to it, or he's still kind of like, well, let's talk later, that is super fishy. That means that this guy just wants to have fun with you and is still looking for another girl to just have fun, or having maybe better greener grass somewhere else. And it also could be that this person really loves you and really wants to be with you, but at the same time, he may have some finance trouble and finance issues, which you really want to get rid of it. Well, you have to judge by yourself. Number one, if he always answering your phone and texts you, even when he's busy, that means he's real. When he's around you and really want to help you, when you ask him for something and he's there and he kind of like calling you a couple times because you got cold, you had some bad day at your work, and then like you're texting him, he says, oh my God, my boss was this and that, and he kind of like texting you 3-4 times, even when he had a lot to do at his own work, that means that he's real. But if he just calling you when he wants, when he asks for, when he needs you, or when he would love to have or take you to the dinner, for a movie, to, take you in bed or whatever, having sex with you, that means that this guy is definitely a user, would love to spend time with you because he feels lonely. And directly when he finds someone better, he will dump you like a hot potato and say, bye-bye, move on. We do not good for each other, and thank you so much. So this is the big warning for each of you. After 6 months, if the guy still says, I don't know what I want, and maybe I'm not ready for a relationship, means that this guy never been ready for a relationship and wants to just have fun. So don't dream and don't try to be in some sort of fake connection with your own soul and lie to yourself that everything is going to be all right. So basically, if this guy never spent time with you when you wanted him to do, and he never ever called you back when he saw the missed call from you, that means that this guy doesn't care about you as a person. He would love to be with you just because he wants to take you for the dinner, have somebody to sitting in front of him and eat dinner together with as well, go to a movie and not going alone, and at the same time, having fun in bed. So why not? We can actually meet each other 1 time or 2 times a week and have fun with each other. So this is super important for you guys to not fall into people who, or especially guys that are trying to just use, abuse, and then dump you and then say goodbye. So get out from the relationship right now. If you have any sort that he's ignoring, he never cares about, and he always asks you for something. And if you are not giving something that he wants, then he will stop calling, communicating, texting, just because you are not listening to him, what he wants. So basically, life and relationship is all about give and receive. If you are giving and you are not receiving, then goodbye, that relationship. And if you feel that, oh my God, I can't do it, Fiona, I'm so in love with him, stop it right away. You know why? There is no such thing as a love that you can get out. It's a neediness. You are super needy, and you have to find why you are needy in going after people, or especially staying in an abusive relationship that you know that this guy would never take you anywhere. So my advice to all of you, get up, don't be needy, and just stop saying, I am in love. You are not in love. You're just needy. You're scared to be alone. You're scared to not finding any other guy or new guy. That's why you can't handle if this guy is going to go away. That's why you said yes to all things that he said. That's why he will absolutely use and abuse you in many situations to get what he wants. So remember that if someone loves you, will do everything to make you happy. If someone really loves you, will absolutely go to the moon and come back and give you anything and everything you desire for. If someone really loves you, will always make a time. If your boyfriend says, I don't have time, I can't do it this week, I don't have time, I have my mom to do, I have my dad to do, that are red flags, big, 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 big red flags. So that means it's not good. So back to this video, I want to talk about also Consciousness Life Expo 2019 in LA. I'm representing Avid Advice. I heard that there's a lot of people coming. It's all about energy, metaphysical, quantum, spiritualities, mediumship, psychic. Oh my God, God knows. A to Z. So that's why for those who really want to come around with those, object and subject in their life, like when it comes to spiritualities, stones, crystals, healings, Reiki, any type of things that is had to do with the unknown energies, then come to Consciousness Life Expo 2019. And we are there. Avid Advice is there. And I'm representing actually A1R Radio Network as well. So we're definitely going to have a show. I will show you guys exactly what's going on. I heard that every 1 hour and every 2 hours is almost 5 to 10,000 people coming and visiting, which is really fantastic. So if you're interested, then you are very welcome to come. And for more information about it, go to avidadvice.com or visionmedium.com or DM me on my Instagram. So sorry, sometimes when you guys DM me on my Instagram, I may not answering you right away just because I have a lot of people who DM me, but I have to say I would love to. I am going to answer you guys when I have time. So back to the studio. Let's see that if you have any callers. That sounds like still not. And let's just continue and talk about dating. Okay, let's see. I have a caller right now. 1 second. Hello, Bridget. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I am doing fantastic to hear your beautiful voice and hear exactly what's going on. So, Bridget, give me your date of birth first, sweetheart, and then tell me about what you have in your mind and what I can do for you. Go ahead, sweetie.
Yes, ma'am. My date of birth is December the 7th, 1963.
Mm-hmm. I got it.
And my question is, I am right now in the season looking for money. And other than my job, because I'm bare, things are bare. I'm barely above the water breathing. And I'm looking for some money because I'm doing some things. And I'm wondering, is it going to be a positive outlook or do I have to fight harder?
As far as I'm concerned, because directly when I open your Pentagon, two things come actually to my mind. Before even you telling me that you are really looking for money, two things come to my mind directly psychically. Number one, some good news coming around almost by the end of this month or the beginning of March. So basically, in between the 27th of February until the March 13 or March 17, you are going to receive a good news that will change your finance from A to Z. So basically, what you are doing right now, you are in a good path. You are in a good way. There's good directions. Continue. And the good news would actually occur almost at the end of this month. So basically, answer to your question is yes. Continue.
Thank you, Jesus. Oof. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That made my day. And
it's amazing. I love the way that you take a risk because normally you always be careful, and that's why you're getting tired to be careful. Because when you're always being careful, you kind of feel like, oh, I lost there and I lost this. Now it sounds like you just like, you know what? I would love to. I am going to. Nothing will stop me. That's it. Get it done. And that's what I love about that type of attitude. And I wanted you to continue to have that attitude all the time and not just temporary.
I appreciate that because that's
no fears, sweetheart. If something happened before in the past, who cares? A lot of things can happen in the past, and we know already about it as well. But what I really feel good, and I sense you, and I really hear you right now, you went through a lot of pain. You went through a lot of craziness, and you also feel betrayed. You also feel left over. You also feel lonely. But remember that is all temporary right now. So what you are doing right now, sweetheart, is super fantastic. I don't know what to say, but I'm super proud of you. I do. And I think that you are in a good path. You're in a good relationship with yourself, with your own feelings, that I wanted you to continue to be fantastic as you are today. And don't give up.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I love you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It wasn't me to make you to full cry, but sometimes crying is good because it makes us to release and get rid of all emotional feelings and feeling good about ourselves. So I'm happy that hers coming out, and I'm happy that you found yourself right now, about your own dignities, connections, and everything. I'm super blessed and super happy to have you today on my radio show, because I kind of feel that you really pray to God and you trying to attract good things to yourself because you're getting tired to be around people who lie to you all the time, who betrayed you, and they use you all the time. And now is your time to really lay back and relax and get what you want. So I'm super happy that you come to my radio show today. And for further information, Bridget, you can actually sign up on Avid Advice if you ever want to talk to me or if you have anything in your mind to share. So you can go to Avid Advice, sign up, and I'm there for you in any If you have any questions, anything that you would love, so I'm going to be there for you. So what else? If I'm going to ask you, Bridget, something that kind of, let's say that I'm God. I'm calming down right now. I'm not, but let's say that we pretended. If I'm going to ask you that I'm here to try to give you the best ever answer to one of your burning questions, what will be that question? What do you want to know?
Is my husband faithful to me? Because I don't feel he's faithful.
You don't feel that he's faithful, correct? You don't feel that he's cheating. You feel that he may cheating or he may have some fishy things behind, correct?
Yeah, because of the way he treats me.
Well, let me give you the good news, Bridget. He is not cheating on you, but he's super depressed. And he's the guy that never talk about his emotional feelings. He's the guy that always trying to hide his pain and even his happiness inside. And that's why you feel that when he's not happy, he withdraw himself so badly. And that's why you feel that you are not even count as a woman or wife anymore, which is not true. He's not cheating because I can't see any kind of touchy sexual connection or somehow picking up something that actually on the phone and trying to kind of like taking care of her, go there, pick up her, doing something with her, or kind of like having some secret lover. None of those vibes, thank God, is coming to me. The only vibes that I'm getting from him, he's lost, he's depressed, and he lost his dignity. I don't know why he lost his dignity. It may be because something had happened to his job, maybe to his body, maybe something that he actually not feeling the same way as he was before. So that's why he has nothing to offer. The reason that you are not feeling good, it's not because he's cheating. It's because he's lost, he's depressed, and he doesn't know how to get out from the situation. And he's not even talking or communicating with you and asking you questions like, honey, are you all right? Should we just talk to each other about things? And I think the miscommunication between you guys and not opening up towards each other that make all of those misunderstandings come behind and behind. But he's not a cheater. He's just, sorry about my language, but he's just stupid to not opening up and telling you the truth about his own feelings. But he's not a cheater for sure.
Wow. You hit him on the nose too. He doesn't really talk at all.
Also, So, but he's quiet. I mean, some men talking and communicating all the time when they do not feel good. Some men, they kind of get completely quiet, not communicating, shut the door completely, and just like, be and acting like nobody, like a zombie. So it depends that what type is he? And the type that I can see on your husband is about someone that always wants to withdraw himself when he's not feeling happy. When he's not feeling healthy, when he's not feeling satisfied with himself, he always backing off, get quiet, holding himself in, and trying to shut the door and not allowing anybody get close to him or knowing what's going on.
Wow. Yes, that's true. Wow.
So he's not a cheater.
Wow. I think you almost described him to a T.
Fantastic.
Wow,
I'm super blessed. I'm super blessed. I'm super happy that we could actually, disclose these things to you because I know it's very hard as a married woman. It's very hard to feel that your husband is not faithful or not there for you. And then every time when you want to reach out, he's trying to reject you in some point. But would I feel his rejection towards you, it's not about to hate you or you're not attractive enough or you are not for me or this and that. It's about his own insecurities and limitation. It's about not having enough confidence. It's about the dignity being gone. It's about that he's acting like a zombie right now and he's not acting like a human anymore. So that's why you are not knowing the new him right now. It became worse because he just stopped talking to everyone, and then now he became more lonely. What I want to suggest to you, babe, number one, remove and shake it and brush it off from your subconscious, from your mind, from your heart that this man is a cheater, which he's not. Number two, I wanted you to slowly, but very shortly, getting closer to him. Don't just jump in tomorrow or today and just like next week and, oh, my love, I feel that you're depressed. You need me. Don't do like that. Just like very slowly and shortly. Try to understand what he has as a problem. Talk to him. Communication is a key to understand why he's quiet. The first week, he may not going to open up to you at all. He's just going to act like, type of is not your business. I'm fine. Don't bother. And the second week could be also the same way, that you feel also rejected. But if you really want to save your marriage and save your relationship, continue to the third week. And through the third week, I promise you, he will open up and he will talk to you about his own issues and his own problems. I know, Bridget, your guy is going to really walk and continue to have a relationship which is going to be based on health, wealth, and prosperity. I know that you've both been through a lot of pain and not so many months ago, and that's why everything is kind of fresh, and especially for you, because I know that you are very responsible and being very responsible, stay very responsible, and that's why all I wanted you to do is just stop it. I mean, say no. You have to kind of like teach as well to say no to people, and you should not always, sacrifice yourself just because of others, okay? So make sure that you came first as well. Make sure that you do love yourself first before anybody else.
Thank you. Thank you. Very sound wisdom. I truly am grateful and blessed for the information you gave me.
No, really, my love. I'm happy. I think that everything happened for some reason. Reason actually you come to our radio show. And I'm so grateful and thankful for A1R, because if A1R doesn't exist, you guys couldn't really find me, and I couldn't find you guys to having this beautiful, magical conversation that you could at least understand that all the feeling you thought that you may actually had about your husband was not correct and he's not a cheater. And then also understand about like things that you are really, really put your energies and everything on will go exactly the way as you wish and desire for. And at the same time, you have everything under control. So I'm so blessed and I'm so happy. Thank you so much, A1R, to be you, to bring those beautiful angels to me and letting me to share my gift with them. I am so thankful. I'm so grateful for A1R. I've been with A1R, honey, for so many years. I would say that I would never, ever leave them because they're like my family. That's why, because they're working with their heart. And I'm super blessed and super happy that today you come to our channel, and I'm super blessed to tell you that everything for you in your life from now on will exactly be as you wish and desire for. I think all the pain is almost gone. All the dark situation that you've been and went through maybe about a couple months ago is almost gone. So now the light, the shine, the sun, the energies, the power, the light, and the love is absolutely on your way. So cheers to that, sweetie. And don't concern.
Thank you so much. I just want to thank them as well, because I'm the real thing. This is not made up, and everything that you told and shared with me was the 100% truth. I thank them for connecting, because this weighed so heavy on me. I really appreciate them in the radio show. This is my first time ever. And most of the time, I don't believe psychics. I don't believe people with these gifts because they only always ask, give me money, give me money, give me more money. No, you need to do this with money. And you just poured out. You poured out the truth.
I'm happy. I'm happy that you brought up. Before we cut off, I want to tell you, Bridget, please don't listen to people who actually come after you and says, if you are not paying me money, then the curse is going to come after. The negative energy is after. And you're not going to, please don't listen to those things. It's not real. None of things that has a black magic, doing kind of the black magic and stuff, if they are not real, it's not real. Negative energies is real, but if you're thinking about it, If you think negatively, the negative energies will come to you. It has nothing to do with black magic. It has nothing to do with all the BS that they're trying to tell people to go after their money and their account. Please don't even pay them. And please don't even listen to them. When I'm actually working with officers, when I'm working with lawyers, insurance companies, when I'm working with individual, actually private investigators to finding missing people, I can really tap into my gift. And I'm so grateful for that, thank God that you gave me the gift that I can really sense people and feel and helping people and family to get some foreclosure for their problem. So, yeah, but I wanted you to also be aware, Bridget, people who are out there, I mean, I do respect for each of spiritual people. Is not, don't get me wrong that they are bad people. No, but there is people who actually looking for money. They do not have any spirituality. They do not have any abilities. If people sending you tons of free minutes and ask you to call me back, or you know what, come here, I see something, and come after you and drag you for money, that means that they are not real. They're just looking for your account. They're just looking for your money. But if you want to talk to that person by yourself, your energy is telling you that this person is the right things. The reason that me and you talking today on the radio show on A1R, because, and this is your first time, is just because I have to relieve and release you from something that holds you inside and making you to feel nuts. And that's why I have to really tell you something that is completely true, because I don't want you to be in a shadow. I don't want you to be in a negative and dark energies. Why? Because you are a wise woman. You are a fantastic woman. You have a golden heart. You did everything what goes from your power whole your life to helping others. And you've always been there for people. But what I feel good about that happened today, at least you found that your husband is not a cheater. Because I know it's hard when you can't really figure out. And when you're calling maybe a couple psychics and they kind of telling you that, oh, yeah, I see that. Yeah, he does. Oh, I see some blondie. Oh, I see some brunette. Oh, I see that someone is tall. I see that someone is short. Oh, there's a chubby. There's a shorter. And you know what? And that make you to feel completely nuts and feel like, okay, I have to maybe call and see the psychic again. I have to talk to him like if this woman is still actually in his life. And then they come with all these stories about. All I have to say to even my other psychics and my people, my colleagues, please telling the truth to people. Telling the truth to people. Don't try to lie and trying to hold them into lie to make them to pay you more. Because, you know, I always say this way, Bridget, quality bring quantity. And marketing has to be always the word of mouth. Word of mouth. A real medium doesn't need any marketing. Doesn't need to scream about herself or himself. It's enough that be correct. It's enough that always be faithful and grateful and helping actually customers the way that they can with their own gift. So quality bring quantity, and also when the gift is real, the word of mouth would bring 1 million of people to your life.
Yes. Thank you. Oh, I'm loving this. Guys, this is real. She is real. They put me with real. This is real, not phony. It's real.
I love you so much.
100%. Thank you.
Thank you, baby. I love you. And would be a very like the honor that you sign up on Avid Advice. If you ever wanted me, just send me an email through Avid or send me an email through my Instagram. If you have Instagram, my Instagram is Persian Medium. And also you can go to and email me persianmedium@gmail.com. If anytime you need me, Bridget, I love your energies. I love your personalities. And I love how light and true and how awesome you are as a person.
Hi, I'm Mark. Thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now, back to A1R On the Air Psychic Talk Radio Now on Moonstruck TV, enlightening television.
Hi everybody, Tanya Reeves, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl, coming at you from my home today in Sunday Creek. I hope you've all had a great week. We've had a full moon in between my last connection, which has been fairly intense. I know I'm an Aries, and the full moon has been in Aries, so it's all about, quite fiery energy and fast-paced, and it's a bit of fun. But, it's something different. So for a lot of people, we're getting definite signs about our direction and where we're going, and also we're getting some great opportunities landing on our lap. And it's a great time at the moment for manifesting. So I want to remind you of that, because just the other day I was thinking I wanted to spread my wings a little bit and just infiltrate a different area, and I kind of put it out to the universe. And then that day I had a call from a lady that had my card, and I'd left my card there not to read from this beautiful shop, but I just left it there to collaborate at some point with a show that we were doing. And she just made contact, and I was a bit like, I hadn't thought of doing that, but I went, you know what, the universe is giving me a sign, so I'm going to catch up with her next week. So I'll probably be having another venue to operate out of, which is pretty cool. And it was kind of what I'd asked for. So I was like, that was quick. So I'm feeling like this energy at the moment, make the most of it and really, start to ask for what you're wanting to manifest or bring into your life. So get a bit clear. If you need to, write it down, have a good think about it. Visualization is great. If this, especially where changes are concerned, because with this current energy, it's quick, it's fast-paced. We're talking fire here, so we're like rampant. And, if you tune into that, you'll be surprised at how quick things are going to come about. So I really just wanted to share that message with you today and say, we need to work in with the current energies. And, just from my experience this last week, it's been really intense. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, sleeping, oh, my God, I haven't been that sleepless for a while. So it's been like I feel nocturnal over the last, I don't know, three or four nights. So just waking up at random times and not being able to go back to sleep. So, and feeling kind of wired, feeling energized. So, if you're feeling that, know that you're not alone. Something that I've noticed myself. So that's why I wanted to share, because usually you guys, it'll make sense too as well. So what's happening here in Australia? Drought, we need rain. I think every year for the last few years we've heard that pitch. So we haven't really had a lot of rain here in the countryside, which, really dictates for animals, for dams. We've already had to buy in water already, and, we're not even into summer yet. So we've got a big, massive tank, and if we're feeling it, I can't imagine for those that don't have a reasonable size roof line to catch their water that are living on properties. But, we'll see what happens. Hopefully the government will step up and help the farmers, because they're the ones that are legitimately suffering. I mean, for us, we're working, so we don't depend. Our livelihood isn't on the farm, so that makes a really big difference. Also tuning in at the moment, you will find that if you are looking for things and you can't find them, you're going to get great insight. So if you've lost something or something's been missing for a while, use the current energy to tune in and find it. So that's also what I'm finding at the moment. It's like, oh, I lost that, and where could it be? And I'm just getting, really, really fast insights, which again, that's Aries, quick, straight down the line. And, very full on. So if you're feeling that, then know that it's relevant, and you're getting the push to tune into your psychic side and see what comes of it. And for all those that aren't necessarily psychics that are tuning in, but just are really, obviously connecting to this show, you're all, psychic, whether you do it for a living or you just like to tune in. So normally our viewers are very well connected. So amp up your psychic gifts at the moment. Do a course. There's heaps of online courses, or find a mentor and really fine-tune those so you can utilize them to make life fun and a bit easier. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to go on to my first caller, Kim from Pennsylvania, USA. Kim, how are you?
I'm good.
That's good. Love your accent. It's I love coming onto the show because I get to really connect with you all, which mostly you guys are from the US, so that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Now, did you have something you wanted me to focus on today, Kim, for you?
Yes, I'm calling to see what is going on, what's going to happen between me and the guy I was seeing named Isan.
Okay.
Do you see
So
us reconciling?
Okay, what did you find out about him since the separation, or just prior to that happening? There was something that was uncovered around him that you weren't already aware of. Does that make sense?
Yes. I would go to his house every once in a while, and I would see different things that look like a female left behind. I'm not sure if it's just a female friend of his, but it just seems like stuff was left behind. I don't know if she was doing it on purpose or what, but I never, mentioned it to him. I just couldn't take no more. The last time I saw shoes underneath the bed, like flip-flops.
Yeah. Because it's like this spirit giving me that info, it was like you've been shown the signs, and I always say when situations like that and you're being presented with evidence that is telling you a story, it's not your imagination. And unfortunately, sometimes we tend to think that, maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe it's, it's not what it is. But I wanted to say to you, it is what you're thinking, and it's time to move on for you.
Okay.
Can I also say, because I've got spirit coming in for you, they're like, why? There's someone in spirit who's a real character, and I'll get a bit clearer on who this is, but they've got quite a funny sense of humour, and they're like telling me, and I feel like I'm in your accent, going, why is she wasting her time on this dude? This would be someone who would give you advice during their time here on Earth. So they've passed over. I feel like I'm going to a lady, but she's very, how can you put it? She's a little bit manly. So I kind of went, am I connecting with a man or a lady here? But she would help you and give you advice. And she's like, she has so much faith in you. And she's like, I just want to get her and shake her because there's so much to you. And she's showing me you're hanging back with this guy who really doesn't deserve you, I have to say.
Right. So the stuff wasn't left behind. He was actually seeing this person?
Yeah. That's what I picked up. Yep.
Are they still together?
I actually don't feel it's one specific person. I feel there might be more than one. So I don't necessarily know that it was a serious thing, but I feel like he needs to have his ego. It's a little bit like
stroke. Yeah, he's an ego person. He needs the attention.
He needs. Yeah. So it's like his ego. It's not even necessarily about connecting with somebody else. It's about making himself feel good, because look at, these women I can, he empowers himself with the others around him, and it's like he needs to grow up, I want to say, and it's like you don't deserve to hang around somebody that's like that. I see somebody else stepping in for you.
Okay.
But I want you to stop looking for the bad boys.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay.
All right.
When do you see somebody coming in?
Not that far away. They're going to surprise you.
Okay.
So it's like I want you to be open.
Oh, yes, I'm open. Yeah. So I did the right thing with the other guy.
Yeah, definitely, girl. And can I also say, because Spirit's showing me doors have opened for you since you've left. So it's like there's opportunities. There's something around your career with you stepping into changing it up a little bit. It's almost like I want to say to you, there's a dream come true through this. So it's like the universe is showing you you've let go of what doesn't serve you. So we're going to bring in some really great stuff.
Okay, good.
And I feel, it is good. And I want you to connect with that and don't feel like you went through what you went through for a reason, and that's to show you what you don't want. I see somebody connecting in with you, and it's to do with your new career, so you're going to meet them through work, I feel, and they're going to be loyal. You won't be questioning what's going on.
Right. Now, let me ask you this. He was having problems performing, so I don't know how it's possible for... He had pain and all that other stuff, so I'm just trying to... It was crazy. I said, yeah. Okay.
All wasn't as it seemed with him. So I feel like there was a few sides to him. I also feel there was a chemical imbalance in the brain.
Yeah, he drinks and smokes a lot. Okay. He drinks and smokes heavy.
So it's like he's 1 minute you get one side to him, and then the next minute you'd get another side to him. And it was a little bit like you didn't know what day you were going to walk in and how he was going to be. And it's like bipolar. Yeah, they're just